Betsy Ross house. And just to let you know, this building was built 1740, and they think Betsy lived here between 1773 and 1785. And over the years, it's been owned by a shoemaker. It's been an apothecary. Yeah. So I think tickets are just a few dollars. Check this place out. Okay, and yeah, I can tell you quickly, George Washington came up with the sketching for the flag. Betty Ross added her little mark. She came up with the 5 pointed stars rather than the 6 pointed stars that George wanted. There was a time crunch, and it would save time and material to make the 5 pointed stars. Okay, headed in, and let's see, Betty Ross, she was a Quaker, disavowed by her family when she married a non-Quaker, widowed 3 times, twice by the age of 30. Let's see, born up in New Jersey, January 1st, 1752. 8th of 17 children. Two of her 7 daughters died as infants. Mother, father, and sister died within days of each other during the yellow fever epidemic. Here's her most famous painting, George Washington over there, and 2 other members of the Continental Congress, and painted by Charles Weisgerber. And this would be a recreation of her parlor. Charles Weisberger, founder of the Betsy Ross house. Boy. So it looks like Betty didn't own the house. I'm sorry, Betsy. She rented. Betsy's chamber. this is her upholstery shop. And she made mattresses, blankets, tablecloths, curtains, flags. Alright, so Betsy returned to her Quaker roots after the war. Her and her husband, John Claypool. She moved out to a farm when she was 76 years old, out in the Philadelphia suburbs. And it took 3 days to do laundry. Soak heavily soiled linens overnight in water, sometimes adding lye or urine, which contains ammonia, a bleaching agent. Okay. And here are some cleaning agents: lye soap, some starch, slug iron. I guess she put something in there. Yeah, so looks like during the war she also made musket balls and cartridges for the army. So it looks like then dinner was lunch and supper was dinner. Okay, after about 50 years making upholstery, she had to retire because of failing vision. Retired at 76, eventually lost her eyesight completely. Spent the last 3 years of her life, we're living with the family of her daughter Jane. So, died 1836. Yeah, these little insurance markers are everywhere. And George Washington was a customer. George Ross, Betsy's uncle, delegate to the Continental Congress, signer of the Declaration of Independence. That was a pretty good painting of her. Yeah, it was fun.
I had learned from my mother. I found it to be a preferable choice, so I showed them that it's just a few folds of a piece of paper and one snip of scissors.
Pretty cool.
Yes. So after they saw this, they decided to go with the 5-pointed star on the flag.
I see. All right, and this is where she's buried. And originally buried in a Quaker cemetery, and her remains, her and her husband moved here in 1975. Okay, pretty simple, just a $7 tour, and that's it for Betsy Ross.